Hello there and welcome to another beautiful edition of Locker Room on VOP TV. I am your host, Jerry Arpelia, and I'm thrilled to be your host for today's football extravaganza. And joining me in the studio is the knowledgeable James, and joining us virtually is Mayo. I want to say welcome to our panelists on Locker Room this evening. It's great to have you.
Yeah, I'm a very good evening to you, Jerry, and it's so nice to be here, and let us talk football. And yes, the Euros have been living up to expectation, what we expected it to be, and more. And it's actually so nice to be witnessing this. And in a couple of days, we'll be having the Copa America also joining. So it's actually a very, very beautiful time. The summer is not that boring. Yes, we're still having some actions. Credit to the likes of Portugal. We had to dig in deep late yesterday night to get the victory against the Czech Republic. And also, earlier today, we saw Croatia they were not able to do it very well. They get the victory against them, Albania coming from behind to get the draw. Let's just see what happens going forward into this competition because it's getting tougher by the day.
All right, and of course, so much to talk about in the exciting world of football. The controversy as far as the Super Eagles job is concerned continues, and definitely we've seen Osimhen, we've seen Finidi versus Osimhen episode, NFF versus Finidi episode. Now it's the episode of who's going to be the next coach, and we have Maiwa joining us live. Unfortunately, Finidi is mine, is no longer in the hot seat. All right, great to have you, Maiwa, on Locker Room this evening.
I don't know. I can't hear you guys. I can't hear you.
Okay, we're just talking about your man Finidi is out, but definitely the show has to go on, and it looks like the shortlist.
Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys before. Yeah, you were saying.
I was talking about the Super Eagles controversy. We've seen Finidi versus NFF, Finidi versus Osimhen, and now we're looking at some names have been talked about to replace talking about Finidi George, and the names are very, very controversial. We've heard of Conceicao, Siasia, and Salisu Yusuf. That name, I don't know, somehow there's something that it does to my system when I hear Salisu Yusuf. But we've also had some other foreign coaches as well, 3 shortlists. And from now on, we heard that very soon, the NFL will be inviting these names to interview them. But if you take a look at it, I don't know, I don't understand what's going on with the NFL.
I think they are just throwing in something Siasia there. You remember something Siasia was with us sometimes ago, and his ban will finish later this year. I hope what they are doing now will not put him into trouble with FIFA again. I mean, he spent a whole lot of time outside football. I hope putting his name on this list will not put him in trouble. I mean, in as much as we've criticized the NFF a whole lot and the rest of that. I mean, if they follow through with what they've said and they can wrap this up on time for us to be able to have a direction of where we are going, I think this is a step in the right direction. I mean, if they don't have confidence in Finidi and they feel Finidi cannot do it, they should, go ahead with the list of the people they've shortlisted and interview them such that we'll be able to have a direction. However, my question has always been, the people listed, are they grade A coaches? Because I mean,
you tell me, you know Salisu Yusuf, you know Siasia, you know Antonio Conceicao. Are they grade A coaches? Because if you're asking for grade A coaches, you look at the names that have been talked about.
I even think the NFF should try to put the house in order first. Because assistants, for me, I'll say the NFF, the house is not in order. That's why you'll be having issues like Finidi himself resigning from the head coach of the job, and 48 hours after, the NFF president is not aware that your head coach has resigned.
That's a political statement. You all know
political or not. I said after that, we also have the Finidi, Finidi being in a meeting with the NFF for over 3 hours. And nobody made mention of him needing to step down and somebody taking over his position, and it was not done. And he didn't get any information from the NFF board. And one part of me still believes this Osimhen Finidi issue still has something to do with the NFF. Because I will not believe that Osimhen will pick up his phone and see a news on one blogger that is not even up to anybody. Then it will trigger him to like go to his Instagram live to make such video. Not that I am supporting it, but I know the NFF also, there's a drama that is going on underground and it's not aware, that the media is not aware of yet. So I feel the NFF should try to put their house in order first before bringing. The job is going to be very tedious for whoever is going to take over. That's sure. Whoever is going to be taking over this job, it's not going to be an easy job for the person. Because as it stands, it's by miracle that we'll be qualifying for the World Cup. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Because the way it stands, even if we win all our games, we'll still need countries like South Africa and also Lesotho to lose games before we can even come on top. So I think NFF should try to put themselves in order, try to organize themselves more, try to settle whatever is going on behind the curtains before coming out before you come out and put somebody else on that seat. I think they just need to have a meeting with themselves, among themselves, try to figure out the solution, try to settle their problems before going out for the head coach. And these names they are putting out, they will still do something that they did before Finidi came onto the seat. Finidi was not ever on the list. Finidi was never on the list. The shortlist that came out after they put the job application online for people to apply. The shortlist that came out, we were seeing coaches, a coach in the US side, a Nigerian coach in the US side, different coaches, and ended up coming up with Finidi. So I'm sure these names are even seen. Don't be surprised at the end of the day. They are just camouflage. They're just there. The real thing is not going to be from them.
Salisu Yusuf's name on that shortlist better be a joke of the century.
And like my earlier mentioned, Samson Siasia is currently on ban by the FIFA. He's not going to be ready till the end. He's not going to be outfit till the end of the year. So we have games in August, November. So who's going to be the head coach then? Assistants, we don't have an head coach. We don't have an assistant. We don't have anybody because Finidi left. So why are they trying to just make us catch? I think
these names is just to test the waters. They've already said that Antonio Conceicao is the anointed one, except something different happens. But Samson Siasia, his ban is still on. Maybe by September, maybe his ban would have been off. And Salisu Yusuf definitely doesn't speak confidence. He has nothing to offer as far as that kind of a top job is concerned. We've tried him at the under-23. We've tried him at the home-based Eagles, and his record and of course his result is really, really poor. And he has a track record of being involved in corruption when it comes to selection of players, and he doesn't spark any confidence. I don't know whether Maiwa is also a Salisu ball.
Maiwa, be careful. Maiwa, be careful of who you choose next, because you chose Finidi and we're expecting you're giving us confidence that Finidi was going to do.
Are you for Siasia ball or Finidi or Salisu ball or Conceicao ball?
No, well, I will state it again. I'm always pro, local coaches.
Okay.
The moment we cannot afford to hire the best of the best, then let's go with what we have. However, quota system want to strike again. What is Salisu Yusufu doing on that particular list? I mean, I don't get it. And they're even saying he's part of those people they are considering. It shows like they don't know what they are doing. Somebody that has failed to do anything tangible with the 8th grade team. Number one. Number two, there's a whole lot of corruption that is on his name. A whole lot of accusations flying here and there. Yes, obviously he would deny it, but I mean, this is somebody that doesn't have any football reputation. That's the person you want to give the job to. I think, to be honest with you, like James rightly said, they are just trying to play ping pong with Nigeria, and it's so unfortunate that we have to wait another 2-3 years again before Guzo is kicked out. It shows that they don't know what it is that they want. In the Siasia that we are talking about, Siasia ban ends late August. The ban ends by August, so by September it will be available. However, do you want to employ a Siasia by September that will have a match and will go through this cycle of not knowing what is going to happen, and we'll just pick up some guys to come and play, and the result will be poor, and we'll come back to this to this drama again? To be honest with you, the NFF needs to do. They need to do better. Siasia and Yusuf, they should let them go and sit down first. Siasia still has a ban. Siasia should not even be in the conversation. Yusuf should not even be in the conversation. Conceicao, for me, I don't see anything tangible that he did for the Cameroonians. So I don't know why Conceicao is on the list. There is what's this guy's name? The guy that coached Saudi Arabia. I think on the African scene, I think he's one of the top coaches. There's a Walid Dougragui. If you can get him, the guy in Morocco, if you can, try and head on him and bring him to Nigeria. Those are coaches that have proven themselves on the world stage.
Do you think you want to lead the Morocco national team who has a structure, who has been able to manage over time? Don't forget the last World Cup they got to as far as the quarterfinals also, and they have a proper FA that supports them, that supports him, and bring him to a Nigerian FA that does not know what they are doing. We had a coach that took us to the finals of the AFCON competition, the biggest competition in Africa, football competition in Africa, and you were not able to renew his contract. You are not able to provide a suitable replacement for him. Just imagine going from Pesero to Finidi. Are you going forward or are you coming backwards?
James, the thing is this. Before they said they don't have money, they employed Finidi because, according to Ikpeba, who is part of the technical committee, he said Finidi was appointed because they don't have dollars to pay. Now, Finidi has resigned. They are shortlisting Oyinbo guys, meaning that the dollar has magically appeared. Maybe they will have enough dollar to tempt Walid to come to Nigeria, or I keep forgetting his name. This French guy that coached
the Saudi Arabia side against Argentina.
Saudi Arabia. I keep forgetting.
Averena.
Yes. Averena. Yes, maybe they have enough dollar to tempt Averena or Walid Dougragui, somebody that's been able to get Morocco to the semi-final of the World Cup. Probably, maybe they have enough dollar to bring them in, because suddenly under 1 month, the dollar that you don't have before, so as magically appeared. Now you are talking about Oyinbo coach. That's the only thing I can think of. They just don't know what they are doing. To be honest with you, I just hope this drama will just end on time, because June is already ending. Before we know, we are in July, and we have about 60 days to the next qualifier, and we still don't have an headway as regards our coach, and we are supposed to be the biggest brand of football in Africa. It's just a mess. To be honest with you, it's just a mess.
The NFF are poorly handling this situation, and it's showing the more politics that is being added into the footballing section. The quota system, that one is affecting the NFF, and it's killing already. Having some players that are not even supposed to be in the Eagles playing, coming in week in, week out, and you don't each competition, and you have more experienced, more better players, you sideline them because maybe they don't fit into your plan. They don't give you what you expect, and they are joking with the last World Cup. We're not present. We didn't have the whole Nigeria were not present. We should remember what happened, and we're not, and it's looking like it's going to happen again. It's sad, but it's looking like it's going to happen again, because even if we get the best of the best coaches, what is the guarantee that we'll be getting all victories in the next mini matches? And we'll see, even if we get all the victories, we are still going to be opening our clubs. Countries like South Africa lose.
Yeah, it's just okay, Mario, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is this: the last World Cup, I was listening to Michel Obi on Sunday. The last World Cup we didn't qualify for, we missed out on $10 million for qualification alone. Each participant got $10 million. And this current World Cup, the TV revenue has gone up. Because of the expansion and the rest of that. It's about $56 billion that will be, that will be the revenue that FIFA will have to be able to share. And I did a little math, and if we qualify, we should be getting at least about a minimum of $20 million. And the bottom line is this: the NFF, they are even shooting themselves in the foot. I want to say this. It might sound weird. We all know the corruption that goes on in the NFF. If you qualify, they have no money to steal. So why don't they put in all the effort and get things right so that we can qualify for the World Cup, and they can have $20 million that they can sit down on and spend the way they usually spend the previous one. It's just unfortunate that we missed out on $10 million the last time. We are going to miss out on something which is much more better, which is far better than the last one, that we can even invest in our football after they have still stole whatever they want to steal out of the money. We have enough money left to be able to still do something with our football. It's just unfortunate, to be honest with you. It's just unfortunate.
Now we have players who are doing very well in their country sides, who are like almost at their peak of their careers. You have players like Osimhen who led the Napoli side to their first Italian league title in over 33 years. We have a Bayer Leverkusen side with Victor Boniface, who led Leverkusen to their first title in over how many years? In over 100 plus, I think so. Over how many years? Lukman also fired Atalanta to their first Europa Championship Cup title. These are players who are 23, 24, 26. Imagine people missing this next World Cup plus 4 years. They are 29, they are 28, they are 27. They are past when they are supposed to, when they have a lot to offer.
All right, definitely we'll be taking comments on the show this evening, and we would like to see and hear from Nigerians on what they think about the short list. We also have some interesting names, talking about Mark Bryce, the current, or would I say the now ex-coach of Cameroon. We've also heard about Dominic Torrens. He was one-time assistant to Pep Guardiola as well. And some other names have also popped up. And of course, for me, I don't want to hear anything Salisu Yusuf, first of all. And maybe, maybe, I don't know, for Samson Siasia, he has a track record. Of course, he has proven.
We are pointing Samson Siasia means the first or the second, maybe two of our matches against the qualifiers, the AFCON qualifiers, he will not be available. So I don't think that's one rule.
So foreign technical coaches,
maybe. Yeah. But do you think the NFF wants to go from Finidi to a Samson Siasia, with what just happened, with the old drama that just played out in the old NFF?
And we already know how Samson Siasia feels about the NFF.
And let's not forget that it was not even the road that brought Finidi in was not a straight road. It was through many corners,
and it was like he was set up to fail.
He was set. I knew from the beginning he was set up to fail because because from the beginning they already mentioned that this is not what we wanted to appoint, but it's because we don't have money to go for who we want. So you guys have Finidi, and Finidi coming on his own. Yes, he was not supposed to be there, but he's there. I think he was in a hurry to make a statement, a bold statement. That's why he was able to line up those set of players he wanted. And
he started Polo Nacho.
And it didn't work for him. Let's just say it didn't work for him. Let's just say
that was the height of it.
And I'm sure by now he has learned his lessons. Try to make
after losing the job. Yeah. After losing the job, he had to learn the hard way. And taking a look at how the situation is between now and September, we have to get a coach, get ready, and of course, there's also controversy. Let's not forget the big one happening in the team right now is about Osimhen's confrontation with talking about Finidi George. And we hear that the NFF, talking about the Nigerian Football Federation, has announced that it may take action on the line, may take action against Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen following his social media rant against Finidi George. On the 15th of June, Osimhen took to his official Instagram account to respond to Finidi George's accusations that he deliberately missed the 2026 World Cup qualifying matches against Benin Republic and South Africa. And during an Instagram live session, Osimhen claimed to have been injured and offered to provide evidence of his conversation with Finidi George. However, it has been proven that Finidi George didn't actually say such, and we've heard that Osimhen privately apologized, but you publicly criticized him and you were calling him by his name, Finidi, warning him. Even the person that was trying to caution him, he was saying he was going to headbutt him, which I feel that was violent, coming from a professional who should understand when it comes to image making. Football is not about what you play on the pitch alone. It's a whole lot, when it comes to your image, right? What you stand for. That's why you see some footballers engage in foundations, trying to help their community and so on and so forth. Because a whole lot, everybody is looking at you as a role model. And you should be able to lead by example. Maiwa, the NFF stands. I know you stand on the fact that the NFF should lay some sticks. They say you're on the path of spoil the rod and spare the child. What's your take on the NFF stance on this?
Well, I mean, Osimhen, and I'm not, this might sound like a curse. I'm not laying a curse on whatever it is. I mean, with that attitude, Osimhen can never win the world's best player. I mean, it's even out of it. If you are good enough, if you are a very good player, you will not come out and be ranting like that. You should go and look at Ronaldo, Messi, and guys who have, a George Weah, who is even an African. You should go and look at how they molded their career to be able to succeed. I've said it over and over again. I'm not throwing short to our Gen Zs. Our Gen Zs, they need to learn. Not everything is about you ranting on social media, coming out and think you can be rude to anybody and the rest of that. Like I've said, I said on Monday, Osimhen deserves to be banished from the Super Eagles. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind if the FA would ban him for a year or two. I mean,
I don't think that would be too much.
My is not sparing the rod on this one.
I feel that would be too much.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. The thing is, sorry, James, I'm cutting you.
No problem.
The thing is this: they need to make an example of our so-called star player, and this same boy that won the African best that couldn't score. How many goals did he score in the Nations Cup? You are coming out. You are abusing a Finidi who has more achievement than you do. I mean, to be honest with you, they need to make him as an example. He's the current African Footballer of the Year. If he's banished from the team for a year or two, every other player will take caution. I mean, you saw in news, what is it that you're supposed to do? You're supposed to call your coach and discuss this thing privately. Now you are apologizing privately when you have disgraced the same person publicly. So they need to make an example out of him so that other players will not follow suit. Because if they say because he's the best player now, they give him 1 month suspension or go and pay fine. Another player will do it. Admiral Lukman might wake up tomorrow and say he wants to abuse Conceicao or whatever it is. I'll give a typical example. There's a particular middle that plays for Egypt. I can't remember the particular Nations Cup. Egypt were playing badly, and the coach, substituted him. He almost slapped the coach on the field of play. That was the last time Mido played for Egypt, and Egypt still went on to win that Nations Cup and still won another Nations Cup after that. So they need to make an example out of Osimhen so that other players will not come and do that. That's just it for me, to be honest with you.
All right, and the likes of the former Super, talk about Tony Bito, actually tweeted that there should be a code of conduct. And in time past, there used to be a code of conduct for players to follow so that all these kind of things wouldn't happen. If he were a pursuer, I don't think he would have gone live and insulted him that way. And even if he said so, you had his contact. Why not call him and trash it out? Because you are telling the whole world, okay? You could actually release these videos. You could actually release the video and release a press statement through your PR that this was actually what happened. You don't need to. You even bringing yourself down because you're a brand. You're the African Footballer of the Year. You don't need to go on live and start ranting and all of that. But let's leave the NFF to do what they feel.
Whatever they decide. But I don't think they want to banish Osimhen at this point.
Yeah, it's up to them.
Maybe a much more stiffer punishment. Maybe match bans, a year, 6 months or so. And maybe if a particular fine to pay.
And they talk about
public apology to Finidi.
And they talk about Osimhen choosing games. If that is true, I think he needs to work on it.
Choosing games?
No, because that's what the body language. If you take a look at the World Cup qualifiers, even the Lesotho games, and if you take a look at the games he has played so far in the World Cup qualifiers, it looks like he has been selecting games. So let's take some comments from what we've been getting live. And talking about Mikael says that Siasia will be available. His ban ends in August this year, meaning in a month's time he will be available. That will be in September. And this one is coming from Mikael. And thank you very much for that. And he also said that Sam Siasia remains one of the most tactically indigenous coach in Africa, and his record is still yet to be broken. But he has not handled the Super Eagles, if I can remember. And this one is coming from Darasimi Eman. He says that most of our star players are super brats. Okay, with what Osimhen has done, definitely. Even the record is there. I think there was even a time. I can't remember the player right now. During the Nations Cup in Tunisia in 2004, we had some players who went to party after we lost our first game to Morocco. And Christian Chuku was the coach of the team. Had to send them back home. And I think Celeste Bawari was part of those players back then. And it's always a record. It's always there. Players, these guys are young. They are making money. They are living life. Surely, they will surely involve in one thing or the other. But it has to, those who are responsible to able to curtail them and tell them what to do. And this one is coming from Ultimate Health. He said that Siasia will not disappoint. Okay, this man is a Siasia fan.
And I think Nigerians are in support of Samson Siasia. A good one. I think he will do a good job for the Super Eagles. But with the NFF, wants to go for that. Let's not forget, Finidi came in because there was no money. Okay. And that's a blow, number one. Number two, Finidi came in and didn't do a good job. They will not want to patronize another Nigerian. They might not, okay, let me just say, let me use they might. They might not want to come in for Samson Siasia.
All right.
And let's not forget the politics that goes around the NFF, the drama that goes with Gustavo and his crew members and everybody. Do you think they will, on their right side, they want to come to Samson Siasia now that they have the reason to get money from the sport minister and wherever they want to get wherever they want to get the dollars from, they want to pay the foreign coach. So I don't think at this point, I think it's looking like Affinity Siasia might not get the job with what I've been playing now. But let's just see if the NFF might have a change of mind. And yes, if he comes back at the end of August, maybe he might just miss a game or two. Maybe a game of two qualifiers, and maybe
the African qualifiers starts in September.
Yes, yeah, it starts September. It starts September.
Yeah, actually September.
What?
So
it's a good one.
Then. Be enough time for him to get ready.
So it's a good one. So okay. let's see what happens. If the NFF are wise enough to want to give another African in Nigeria another chance to prove us wrong after what happened with Finidi, but I don't think so. I think they want to go and explore themselves and try their luck outside.
By that time, Mariwa will say he's a proponent of Siasia ball. Let's wait and see how that one pans out. All right, let's talk about let's talk about the Euros right now. Former Super Eagles head coach Sunday Olise is rooting for France to win the 2024 European Championship. Olise stated that the return of N'Golo Kante to the French team has made the Les Bleus favourites to win the competition, as Kante won the man of the match. Indeed, the Deschamps side won a victory over Austria. It was the former Chelsea midfielder's first appearance for France in over 2 years. And Kante currently plays for Al Ittihad after joining the Saudi Pro League side on a free transfer. N'Golo Kante is a very, very interesting player. He makes a lot of difference, and he's doing so well for France.
The match against the first match where he played, I think it was against Austria.
Yeah.
It was everywhere on the field, and you will not believe Kante is a 33 or 32-year-old player. And he makes box-to-box run. I think later on the match, there was a particular chance where Austria had, and I think it was Saliba also that lost the ball. Kante was able to cover up for him I think it was the 93rd or 94th minute of the game, late on in the game. So I think the availability of Kante alone gives France the right. Let's not forget the players they have up front: Griezmann, Mbappe, Thuram also. Those are players that can come in and give you the goals. And you have a Kante that will stay back and win those loose balls, be able to move the ball forward. I think it's actually a very good option. But this Euro is one. I don't think this Euro will be as predictable as you think it was when we were coming into the competitions. Because nobody thought Croatia at this point of the competition will not be having at least 6 points. We saw them lose their first game against Spain heavily, a 3-0 win against. They lost to Spain. And second game yesterday, earlier today, we saw Albania coming and giving them a dose 2-2, and then match ended 2-2. So I think it's going to be a tough one. And yesterday also we saw Ukraine. Nobody thought a Romania side will not be able to give them it will be a difficult one for Ukraine. And also just what happened. Also Georgia and Turkey. So I think it's not going to be as easy as we think it is. So let's just see what happens. Well, the France side, they have the upper hand because they have a full balanced team. So I will not be surprised if they come out victorious at the end.
Okay, Mayowa, are you on the part of Sunday Olise, who has tipped France to win the Euro 2024?
Well, I guess Sunday Olise has not seen Germany play. I think if you want to tip anybody to win, you will probably say Germany first. But however, France is a very big name. And I want to allude to what James said. if you after the game, for my own analysis sake, I was able to look at the heat map of N'Golo Kante in that particular game. N'Golo Kante was everywhere. You know, there's this heat map that they do, how
Yeah.
players are moving and the rest of that. He was everywhere on the pitch, and he saved the blushes of Mbappe. You know, Mbappe had a chance, one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper and decided to dash the ball to the fans. He saved the blushes of France and Mbappe. I mean, when Saliba made that terrible mistake in the dying minute, he was there to cover, and it shows how important he is and the reason why, you know, Deschamps brought him back. If France will go far, I think N'Golo Kante will be, you know, will be a huge factor in that. However, tipping them to win the Euros, well, for me, they'll probably be the number 3 or number 4 team I'll be tipping. There's a Germany who is trying on lost cylinder. There is a Spain. You know, I said I wanted to watch how the small boys we perform, and you know, they really impressed me. So I mean, there is a Spain, there is a Portugal that I said, you know, they might not do well, but yesterday I think I'm beginning to believe again. So probably I'll tip them as number 4. So it's Germany, Spain, Portugal, then probably maybe France 4th, but not number 1 for me, definitely.
All right, and of course, there you have it. Definitely would like the comments to come in as well on who you tip to win the Euro 2024. We're already having some more comments coming in, and if we take them before we go ahead. This one is also coming from Bolanle Boyejo. He says, interesting, let's wait and see. And that's about talking about the next Super Eagles coach. Ultimate Health contributes once again, saying that the problem with Nigerian NFF is this long inclination towards hiring a foreign coach. It's absurd. Even the great Segun Odegbami had noticed that flaw when it comes to hiring of coaches. It's more or less politics all involved as far as that one is concerned. All right, let's talk about the games yesterday. We saw the results, talking about the one between Portugal and the Czech Republic. It ended 2-1 in favor of Portugal, and Jose Mourinho had claimed that even Portugal's reserves would be contenders for Euro 2024, and they relied on that strength in depth to beat a stubborn Czech Republic 2-1 for a winning start. And 2 substitutes combined for a 92nd minute winner as Francisco Conceicao has struck his first international goal with his first touch of the ball from Pedro Neto's cross. Another of those sent on by coach Roberto Martinez on Tuesday is Leipzig, and also found at the net, but Diogo Jota's header was ruled out for offside, and they say the rest is history. Talking about Portugal, they've shown that they have both the youth and the quality experience.
Mourinho is a crazy man. And I'm funny how he's kind of speaking the truth. If you take a look at that Portugal team, even the people in the bench are players that will start in most countries. Not even most, almost every country. Let's take it from the goalkeeper. Rui Patricio is still on bench. Diogo Costa is currently benching him. Patricio is a good keeper. Not take away that away from him. You can't take away that away from him. You still have a Diogo Costa who was benching him. Coming to the midfield is actually crazy. The likes of Paulinho was not even on the field yesterday. João Neves was not on the field. Ruben Neves was nowhere on the field. It was just Vitina, Bruno Fernandes, and I'm trying to remember who the third player is, and Bernardo Silva. I think that team is a very, very scary team. I think you have to be tipping them for the. I want to see them go far in the competition. And yesterday, I'm sure with what we watched, Bernardo Silva didn't turn up to live up to expectation yesterday. But I'm sure going into the competition, I'm expecting Martinez to make a change. Maybe he has the talent on the midfield, on the bench, so he can bring in someone to fill in for Bernardo Silva going forward. But that team is one scary team. It's a very, very scary team. I think they practically have a world-class player in each position on the field. So I want to see them go for it. If Martinez does not deliver with this particular team, then we can all agree that it's not that good. Because in Belgium also, he had the golden age boys, the likes of Hazard, and so he was not able to deliver anything for the Belgium side. Now he has another incredible team as Portugal.
Yeah.
So let's just see what he does at the end of the competition. And yes, 3 points in the bag, but I know it's going to get tougher as it comes.
All right, and of course, also the game between Turkey and Georgia yesterday. That game ended 3-1 in favor of Turkey. And we saw the young guy who has been dubbed the Turkish Messi, is currently a Real Madrid player. Talking about Adagula, got a fantastic goal of the season contender in that one. It was also a classic fixture between these two sides. Talking about Turkey and Georgia.
The particular set of goals that came in that match, I think, except for the last goal that was a kind of a tapping, when the keeper lost the ball, yes. I think every goal that came in that game was spectacular. Very beautiful set of goals. And Adagula, that boy is one player to watch. I don't think going into next season, I don't think he wants to be on the bench all through, because with what he played yesterday against Georgia, come on, I think he deserves some minutes at the Real Madrid side, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult with a particular set of players the Madrid team has, but let's just see what happens. Such matches are incredible. Georgia, I think also Ukraine. Ukraine also had a very good, beautiful match. We were thinking everybody was rooting for Ukraine to get a victory, but surprisingly they lost 3-0. So let's just see what happens, and let's just see how it develops.
Mario, you are not talking about Turkey, but I don't know whether you saw the game between Turkey and Georgia. I saw that game. These two sides should also become contenders. At least you give Turkey at least some bit of pass mark. They did very well against Georgia as well.
Well, to be honest with you, they did very well. I think the goal of the tournament, maybe number 1 and number 2, will probably be from that game. I mean, the strike was just so fantastic. The goals in those games were so fantastic. The Georgia guys, it's been a long while they participated in any international competition. They gave a good account of themselves until the last minute. The game could have swung anywhere. Before the third goal of Turkey, the Georgians, they had a chance to equalize, but if not for the save on the line by the defender of the Turkish side, that was the reason why the game did not, that was the reason why they didn't equalize that particular game. However, Turkey, they always, how would I put it now? The last time they did anything fantastic was 2002 World Cup, when they were able to get to the semi-final. And since then, their football, in as much as they have a whole lot of quality players playing in the toughest league in Europe, they've not been able to harness the quality to be able to produce anything tangible over the last 22 years. And that's the reason why they are just more like, the Belgians, they flatter to deceive. They have a whole lot of star players, they have a lot of quality, but when it comes to, getting over the line in competitions, it's very difficult for them to do it. With their game yesterday, in as much as they were able to score some fantastic goals and the rest of that, the Georgian guys, they were able to contain them. If they had played a team that is more coordinated, like maybe a France or a Netherlands in that particular game yesterday, they probably have lost. But I can't really fault them. It's their first game in the Euros. Probably maybe nerves were still playing and the rest of that. I will still want to look at their second game before I start thinking about them as a contender. But however, as at now, I don't think I will consider them based off the fact that the Georgians, they were able to contain them till the last minute of the game yesterday.
All right, let's not forget the situation of Greece. They were not contenders, and they went as far as winning the Euros. That was in 2004.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this Euros is like that one, because we have a lot of things going on. A lot of things are on the line currently. Toni Kroos is playing his last competition ever as a footballer. Cristiano Ronaldo is aiming to get another national team glory to his name. Don't forget the likes of Jude Bellingham. If he wants to put himself in the category of world best player for the contenders for this year, for this just concluded season, England has to win something as big as the Euros. Because as it is, it's more like facing Vinicius Junior. So if he wants to put himself in that bracket, he has to be there. So I think a lot are going on. So I don't think the likes of Georgia, yes, they had a good Georgia, Turkey, they had a very good game, but I don't think they play against a more experienced team. And let's not forget, these players are just going to get 2 days, 3 days to rest before going to another competition. They don't have the team. Except the first team. Once you take those players off, I don't think the second team can replicate such. That's why you have to take teams like France and Portugal. You take up their first 11, you can still give another strong 11 again. But teams like Turkey, I don't see them doing that. So let's just see what happens going into the competition. But Portugal, France, those are teams that we should be watching out for.
All right, and of course, keep dropping the comments, and don't forget to continue to subscribe as well on our channel, VOP TV Live And of course, we'll be able to take your comments live on the show. And of course, even thereafter, if you drop your comments, we'll read them. That is tomorrow when we'll come on this platform. And of course, Dara Simeon Man also tell us where you are dropping your comment from. And this one, he says that France is a top contender for Euro title. And Dara Simeon Man, of course, some want to agree with you. Talking about Sandolise, he agrees with you that France is a top contender. And of course, taking a look at today's fixtures, we've seen the one between Albania and Croatia. That performance against Italy, it showed that it was not a fluke.
Yeah.
And they gave a good account of themselves against a one-time World Cup finalist. Talking about 2018 World Cup finalist Croatia. By playing them, taking the bulls by the horn, taking the game to them, and they played 2-2. That game ended. And what a stoppage time, dramatic equalizer from Albania in that one. No one saw that coming.
No one saw that coming. At first, when they played against Italy, they had a league goal. People were saying, okay, it was a mistake. Yeah, the Italians' defense were asleep. But you're able to replicate such performance against Croatia. And let's not forget, this Croatia side, I think age is finally beginning to catch up with them. They have players who are close to their 30s, are over 30s. I think more than 50% of the team. I think it's catching up with them, affecting them against young players who can run 90 minutes. And let's not forget this. Croatia had 2 quick goals in the 60 or 70th minute, and Albania were able to just counter it late on into the match. So currently, Croatia has now lost 1, and they have drawn 1, and I think they're in the group of death. Okay, no, not in group of death, but I don't think they can qualify.
They have a match against Italy.
They have a match against Italy. And
you don't want to be playing Italy in a match you need to win.
Yes. With the way it's looking, it will be difficult for them to get 3 points against Italy. Let's not forget that. Yeah. And Italy will be playing later tonight. So let's just see what happens to the Croatian side.
All right, Maiwa, the case of Croatia against Albania.
Well, I mean, I watched the game against Italy, the Albanian game against Italy, and I was my wife was also catching up the game with me. And I told her that these Albanian guys, they might shock a lot of people in this competition. The Italians, they were able to escape with the 2-1 victory. And today shows the kind of quality, the Albanians had. Yes, because of tournament experience, they considered some 2 quick goals. And this is the second time that will happen to them in this competition. Remember against Italy, they scored first and they considered 2 quick goals. The same thing happened against Croatia today. They scored first and considered 2 quick goals. But one thing that is, one thing you will not take away from them is their ability to continue to push and continue to try and, make the moves to get the goals. And it ended up paying off. I mean, the guy that considered the own goal was the one that turned up in front to score the equalizer. It shows how much, how much quality they have in all locations. Yes, tournament experience might come to bear very soon. However, I will not be surprised if Albania becomes the best third team in that particular group. They might just go on and win their last game, and it will be a shock to everybody. To be honest, too, I'm so impressed with what they've been able to display. And for the Croatians, the average age of the Croatian team is about 32.5. So it means that they have a whole lot of aging team. Ivan Perisic is about 36. Luka Modric is 38. There are a couple of players too that are above 30, and that's the reason why we are seeing them begin to fail. I mean, a generation is going, and probably it's time for them to rebuild. I won't be surprised if they are dumped out in the first round, to be honest, because I mean, with their display, I don't see them overcoming the Italians in their top game. So probably we should just be waving goodbye to Croatia right now.
It looks like it, because even after the match, you saw how devastated the players were. They all were on the ground. Because it's practically impossible to defeat a young side as Italy.
Yeah. Anyway, Croatia is still a good team, and they still have what it takes. It now depends on if they are able to deliver. But the Italian Azzurris, a difficult side.
Against his Spalletti side.
Yeah, and we also have the game between Germany and Hungary currently going on, and Germany has already drawn the first blood. They're leading by a 0-0 against the Hungarians.
And where did they go from Jamal Musiala?
The Nigerian German English player. And very interesting young talent there, if you want to ask me. And of course, later today will be Scotland up against Switzerland. And that's another fixture to look forward to tonight. And of course, let's not also forget the Copa America will be coming up very soon. And
It's 2-0 now.
Yeah, wow, that's 2-0. Okay, you heard it here first.
2-0 now.
It's 2-0 in favor of the German machines. And of course, I feel for Hungary tonight. And it's unfortunate that Dominic Soboslai.
It will be hungry.
Oh my! I feel for Dominic Soboslai and his teammates. Okay, time really fast spent. We just have to call it a day, and we just told you that the Copa America is coming up also as well. Messi is going to be taking center stage as far as that one is concerned. Big thanks to all those who joined in. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel at VOP TV Live, and continue to drop the comments as well, and tell us where you are dropping the comments from. We'll be able to take them tomorrow as well when we come back with another beautiful edition of our Locker Room. Big thanks, James, for being a part of the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's nice to be here. And I think the German, it was ruled out for offside, so I think it's 1-0.
It's still 1-0. That's the powerful VAR. And of course, big thanks to Marwa as well for being a part of the show.
It's always amazing to be here, and I hope the boys in the glass house, they put their house in order. Good evening.
All right, big thanks to the guys behind the scene, talking about the likes of Manfred, as well as Jerry and Ikechukwu, not leaving out Alex, who has been awesome behind the scene. My name is Jerry Apelo. I say thanks for being a part of the show, and to meet again, if not for anything at all, to the Sports Week.